Hi, everybody. I'm Eli Gold, and I want to invite you to tune in to Jack State Live, a look at the campus and athletic department at Jack State, followed by the Coach Rich Rod Show, where we will break down and preview the next football game for the Gamecocks.
It is the 25th day of the month as we welcome you to the square here in Jacksonville, Alabama. The Apothecary Draft House playing host to us as per usual on Monday nights for Jack State Live and the Rich Rodriguez Show, and we welcome you inside. I'm Eli Gold, glad to have you with us tonight, and whether you're on the TV side or the radio side, we appreciate you taking the time to tune in and be part of the program tonight. We are going to be talking a little baseball. Steve Beezer will be here. He's the baseball coach at Jacksonville State. We'll talk with him, and of course Rich Rodriguez, the regular season championship winning football coach in Conference USA. By virtue of all that took place this past weekend, we'll talk with Rich Rod at the top of the hour and spend 60 minutes with him. So we're glad you're here. We've got lots to discuss. Let's take a look at what else is going on around campus athletically. Of course, right now they're getting set to tip it off. They're an hour away from tip-off tonight over at the Pete Matthews Coliseum. The ladies trying to post a win over Sewanee, and they're trying to continue the momentum they had after their win over UAB last week. 68-56 was that one, and Jack State and Sewanee facing each other for the first time ever. That one coming up at 7:30 if you're in the area. If not tuning in, then certainly make your way over to the Matthews Coliseum, the Pete as they call it, and you can be part of the action there tonight. The Gamecock football team, no doubt you've heard, they knocked off Sam Houston State over the weekend and picked up the hosting role for the Conference USA title game. The way things are shaping up right now, if Jacksonville State is defeated by Western Kentucky this weekend, then it would be a rematch of those two teams in the Conference USA championship game. If JSU knocks off Western Kentucky, then the Gamecocks would play the winner of Liberty and Sam Houston State. They are playing this weekend. So either way, the Gamecocks are in the Conference USA Championship coming up on Friday, December the 6th. It'll be played at Burgess Snow Field inside Amherst Stadium. And we'll talk about the game this past weekend in greater detail when Coach Rich Rodriguez joins us. We'll also touch on the fact that quarterback Tyler Huff was honored as the Conference USA Offensive Player of the Week for his performance in the win over Sam Houston over the weekend. The man from Florida rushing for 177 yards on 30 carries. He found the end zone 3 times. And of course, the Gamecocks continue to be undefeated in Conference USA play. Basketball for the men. They had a nice week down in Daytona Beach, Florida. Played in the Boardwalk battle there. 2 losses and a win. They defeated East Carolina, dropped tough games to Toledo and JMU. As a matter of fact, with the Gamecocks record now of 4-3, all 3 of their losses have come with either 6 points or less. So they have been in a battle for everything that they have played, and they are off now until next week, next Monday, when Columbia International wanders in to the Pete Matthews Coliseum. As far as basketball is concerned, they did hire, or I shouldn't say hire, but signed on a couple of players in the early signing day last week. A couple of very dynamic guards, as the word has been used to describe them to me. Jacoby Hill, and Jordan Vick, and we'll talk more about them as our coverage of basketball draws near. Meanwhile, Kayla Williams has been named to the Conference USA 2024 All-Conference second team. She had a very impressive season with the Gamecocks. She is from Killeen, Texas, and she is an outstanding young lady. All of her kills this year, 473 of them, led Conference USA. That was number 10 in America and earned her a spot on the all-conference second team. Meanwhile, for women's soccer, 5 Gamecocks were named to the CSC Academic women's soccer team. So our congratulations to the ladies. Conference USA placing 27 student athletes on the 2024 College Sports Communicators soccer team and the all-conference academic standouts. Jacksonville State's softball team signing 5 members in the early signing period the other day as they get set to look ahead to another season coming up before too much longer. The rifle team, number 17 in America now. The number 17 ranked Jack State rifle team heading into the semester break now for the 2024-2025 season, and they carried the best aggregate score of the season in the annual Gamecock Invitational. They fired 2366 in the air rifle and 2326 in small bore. So the 4692 in that 2-day event, an outstanding score. The Gamecock rifle team idle now until January. They'll return to competition at the Withrow Invitational in Murray, Kentucky. And finally, the bowling team had a tough day on Sunday, which is unusual for the defending national champions. They had a tough day at the Garden State Classic in New Jersey. They led the tournament in total pinfall after the first 2 days, winning 8 of their 10 matches, but things kind of got a little bit off the tracks on the end of the weekend, and the Gamecocks finished 4th in the Garden State. They will now return to action in January. They'll head to Newcastle, Delaware for the Northeast Classic. That'll be January 17th, 18th, and 19th. So you are up to date on all that's going on campus athletically. When we come back, we're going to talk baseball. I could start singing that song, Talking Baseball, but I'll spare you. But nevertheless, we'll talk a little baseball with the coach when we come back here on Gamecocks Live and the Rich Rodriguez Show. Stick around. We're back after this.
Can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I Want to Live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
The Apothecary Draft House here in Jacksonville, Alabama on a Monday night. Temperature 64 degrees out there. Now inside, we welcome you for the continuation of Jack State Live. And then at the top of the hour, the Rich Rodriguez Show. Steve Beezer is with us now. He is the baseball coach here at Jack State University. Good to see you. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Glad to be on with you.
It's good to have you with us. You all set for Thanksgiving?
We are. Yeah, we're going to see my son in Dallas, and he's going to cook turkey for us, and we'll have a good day.
That'll be wonderful. I know it's going to be a great time. So how'd things go in the signing date for you guys? Tell me about it.
Really good. I mean, signing, we didn't need a lot of players. We have a junior laden team this year, so we really we came in with 19 junior college transfers for this year's club, and the expectation is we develop them and keep them here, and didn't really need a lot in the signing class, but very fortunate to get the guys we got. We got a local product in Sam Robertson that we were super excited about. We feel CJ is going to be a draft and won't be with us next year, and we really needed to secure that position early, and feel good about where we're at with just the 4 signings that we do have.
Having seen a number of the games last year, if there was one area you could occasionally point to, it was the pitching staff needing some more Conference USA type of arms. Have you found those?
Yeah, I believe so. It's always, until you play somebody different, it's always hard to tell. But, when I say we got 19 junior college players, the bulk of that was pitching.
Sure.
We wanted to make sure depth-wise we were going to be able to handle the workload. And I think we, our staff did a really good job of beating the bushes and finding the right guys, and really looking for that gritty type player that it really has something to prove, a guy with a chip on his shoulder. We got a lot of bounce backs from guys that were at Power 5 programs, and guys that got let go there, so they're hungry. They came in.
Sure.
They've shown really well in the fall, and the key always is staying healthy and making sure that you get those guys through the season.
Folks, if you want to join the conversation, 256-369-1688. Those of you on the TV side, you see the number on the screen. Those of you listening on our radio affiliates, again, 256-369-1688. A lot of our listeners and viewers probably have not seen much junior college sports. Any sport, baseball, baskets, football, what have you. What's the difference in JUCO baseball for the guy who's trying to step up to Jacksonville State? What's he going to see that's different in the game?
I think, the biggest thing for the offensive player is the consistency of velocity. Junior college, you're going to see those guys that, are 95, and then the next day you're going to see somebody 86, and it bounces back and forth. But every single day of getting to 92s to 93 velocity-wise with and then the next thing really is just the development of pitches. Most guys are at our level that are successful are going to have 3 quality pitches and that they can throw for strikes. So, that's going to be the biggest difference there. And I think that the next thing is it's whether you go from high school to college to, junior college to Division I baseball. The lineups get a lot deeper the higher you go up. You're looking at mid-major baseball lineup of being probably 6 really good hitters deep. And the higher you go up, at the big league level, you'd like to have 9 hitters deep, but you're still looking at it a lot of times 8. They got a defensive guy that's really doesn't swing it very well at that level. So just to have it go through that grind constantly, to get through the lineup is really very difficult.
Obviously, baseball far more than most anybody listening to this show, and that includes the host. How do you predict how a guy is going to step up when he's not seeing the kind of pitching he's going to see? What do you look for to say, well, this guy has the potential, because you don't know?
Yeah, I mean, the word potential, I mean, that's burned me a lot. Because you want the guy that's 6'4", you want the guy that looks the part, and he's in all these measurables. They got power, they got speed. You're looking for those things, and a lot of those guys, they're just so inconsistent. They just haven't developed, and the word potential is they have potential, but they just haven't come through and done it yet.
Yeah.
We really, we've kind of taken a step back, and it's important that the player has had success at the previous level. you know, coming into Division I baseball and expecting the guy to have success if he hadn't had it at high school or he hasn't had it at junior college is a really tough thing to do. So we look for guys that have a history that's had success whatever level they were, and guys that are hungry.
Steve Beezer is with us. He's the head baseball coach here at Jack State. We're coming right back. More of Jack State Live, and at the top of the hour, the Rich Rodriguez Show. So stick around here on the Gamecocks Sports Network.
I need to try it first.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
Eli Gold here, ready for a winning drive? Go see my friends at Cooper Chevy Buick. Choose from hundreds of new Chevys and Buicks, including a great selection of Car Bravo certified used. Score big with low finance rates and ask about their guaranteed credit approval program. Get top dollar for your trade, no matter the yardage. Your road to victory starts today at Cooper Chevrolet Buick in Anniston or online, cooperchevrolet.com. Official sponsor of JSU Athletics.
Grub Mart and Young Oil, serving East Alabama for over 80 years. Come into one of our many locations throughout East Alabama and try our Joe Bell's coffee along with some Olio's donuts. From Center to Jacksonville to Auburn and everywhere in between, Grub Mart is here for you.
I need to try it first.
Welcome back to the Apothecary Draft House here in Jacksonville, Alabama. You see the phone number if you're on the TV side. If you're listening in on radio, 256-369-1688. Eli Gold and baseball coach Steve Beezer alongside. Do you get a chance to go anywhere, take a vacation? Is this 365, 24/7, 365, or do you and the lovely Miss D get a chance to sneak away?
We do, and this is the time of the year. We finished our baseball last week, and we got away to Cancun last week for 5 days.
Did you? Good. Good.
You know, had a really good, you know, just to kind of unwind, and you know, we're 80 days away from opening day, so you know, it's
but who's
time.
counting, huh?
Yeah, who's counting?
Yeah.
But you know, you're always looking at that and trying to make sure that you do make that family time. And this is the time of the year that, you know, we've got kids in Dallas and Fort Lauderdale and St. Louis, so we've got a lot of little travel events.
Wonderful.
So we got to see everybody, and then, you know, we hit the first of the year, and it's, you know, you hit the ground running.
You going to get everybody together for Thanksgiving this week?
We're not getting everybody together, so we'll just it'll just be at my son's in Dallas, and then we have like 3 different Christmases because we have family. Our kids are coming in on different weekends, and
nice.
And then we'll try to sneak away to Missouri and see our parents and kind of spend some time there.
Tell me about your coaching staff. Any changes?
Yeah, no, we're set. You know, the one thing that we made an adjustment with Coach Silkwood coming in as our pitching coach. He's been phenomenal leading the pitching staff, and it's, you know, it's that military style and organization and leadership, and those guys have done a great job. Coach Packnick, as a recruiting coordinator, like he has really worked his tail off this summer with him and Brian Sharp, our hitting guy, and you know, they got after it all summer, and it felt like every day, you know, we were bringing somebody in for a visit to kind of really find out exactly who we need and who fit our program and who we fit. So, but you know, that they've done an outstanding job, and And then our operations guy, I think that was a great pickup for us, Corey Wright, who came from Valdosta. Just a really young, hungry guy that's excited to be here. It's his first coaching gig in the Division I level, but he's done an outstanding job. So it's a small group of guys, but I couldn't be happier with our coaching staff.
Tell me about my color man on the telecasts, Coach Jim Case, who obviously preceded you here. What kind of a relationship does the old coach and the new coach, not that you're brand spanking new, but what kind of a relationship do you guys have?
Oh, it's good. It's fun. He's brutally honest a lot, which is good. We talk about a lot of different things, but like it's been a great transition. I mean, we both had situations that we've been in before, and that maybe there wasn't as much support coming in, from as a guy. But like I've had a really pleasant experience. He's been very supportive, and kind of helped me learn the lay of the land here. And just like I said, honesty is what you're going to get every single time you talk to Coach Case, and it's been good.
He is a dandy, isn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. No, it's a lot of fun, a lot of jokes, a lot of stories. I mean, it's really good.
Exactly. We're coming right back. More with Steve Beazer right after this on the Gamecock Sports Network.
Whether it's family for dinner or game time, it's time for Johnson's Giant Foods Deli. All you have to do is drop by Johnson's Giant Foods and grab whatever you want, hot and ready to go. Chicken salad and chicken fingers to die for. Savory ribs, salad, dessert, you name it. It's waiting for you and your family or friends. Johnson's Giant Foods with 5 locations in Gadsden, Atala, Jacksonville, and Coldwater.
From our earliest beginnings, Taylor Real Estate Solutions has been a part of the JSU community, serving as Jack State's premier property management partner, but our service extends far beyond management. With over 30 years combined real estate expertise, we are your team for buying and selling real estate. Our knowledgeable agents will guide you through buying and selling process with confidence and ease.
Taylor Real Estate Solutions, Jacksonville's hometown real estate team.
Serving East Alabama for over 20 years, Samco is your local convenient, clean, and friendly gas station. Fill up your tank with gas, diesel, or your favorite snacks and drinks. Samco has 48 locations to serve you in Calhoun, Etowah, Marshall, Talladega, and Cleburne counties. Samco is a proud community leader in giving back to help support local schools in East Alabama. For your convenient, clean, and friendly gas station needs, it's Samco.
The Point at JSU is an off-campus student housing property located a half a mile away from Jacksonville State University. The Point offers fully furnished, pet-friendly, 2 bedrooms and 4 bedroom units. Resident experience is our #1 priority, therefore we do offer the following amenities: a resort-style pool, fitness center, basketball and volleyball court, and dog park. We would love for you to come see our property, so give us a call at 256-376-8317 to schedule a tour today.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill Bubba Bussey, one of the assistant athletic directors here at Jack State and the director of broadcasting. We always want you to come out to the games. There's nothing that can replace the sights, sounds, and interaction of being at a football game. But if you can't make it, we offer several options to bring the action to you. Many of the Jack State games are broadcast nationally on TV. The other home games we produce in-house and can be seen on ESPN Plus streaming platform, hosted by legendary broadcaster Eli Gold. If you're driving or have your hands full, we also offer radio coverage through the Gamecock Radio Network. The coverage you hear from the voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Paris. Mike has put you in the middle of some of the biggest and best moments in Jack State history for over 40 years. You can find more information at jackstatesports.com. And for now, enjoy the game and go Gamecocks.
We are back in the square here in downtown Jacksonville. This time next week, they'll be lighting the Christmas tree right in that area. So if you're in town, make sure you check that out. Steve Beezer is with us, the baseball coach. Let's talk in general terms, the personality of this year's team. Do you have a lot of guys with major league serious aspirations who want to play professionally? Do you have leaders? Can you tell exactly what the personality of the team is going to be like?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that's one of the first questions I ask every time on a recruiting visit is you know, what's your goals, what's your plans? And if they don't say they want to be a professional or a major leaguer, it kind of turns me off a little bit, because this game at this level, the time and commitment that you have to put in at the Division I level, it's just too hard if you don't have that type of goal and aspiration. And these guys have just done, you know, they've come in and they're putting in the work. And like I said, a lot of them have a chip on their shoulder. You know, they've been rejected at other places and want to prove people wrong. And that's kind of, you know, that was kind of my career. I always wanted to prove somebody wrong.
Yeah, but you made it to the big leagues. You know, you wanted to be there. You got the job done. Is it tough to realize that some of these guys, despite what their wants are, they just don't have the tools?
Yeah, I think, you know, and again, it goes with recruiting. Like, we're trying to find guys that at least have one or two tools that would really attract somebody to them. And I think we've done a really good job. I mean, we had probably, I'd say about 80% of the professional teams that came out and seen us at least twice. So, you know, some guys caught their eyes for them to come back a second time.
Sure.
And that's the goal is we start getting, you know, one or two draft choices, and then we get 3 and 4 and kind of build it that way where they can trust that, hey, when a player comes out of Jack State, they're ready to play professional baseball.
Let's take a quick look at the schedule. I believe we've got a graphic with the schedule already set to go. Tell me about this year's lineup of games as it all begins on February 14th.
Yeah, I mean, in a non-conference, you know, one of the things is, like, you know, Coach K scheduled really hard.
Yeah.
And we had a schedule with a team that wasn't ready to play that schedule last year early on. And you do it 3 and 4 years in advance. And, like, you know, you think you're bringing Iowa here to play, and they're coming from the cold, and Iowa ends up being a team that's predicted to be in a College World Series. So you just really don't know. But, you know, we're going to get off with Oakland early on. And, you know, we'll start bringing, you know, the competition gets a little stronger each week. We got to go to Ole Miss for a weekend series, and that'll tell us a lot about our team on that 4th weekend at Ole Miss.
You have a home and home with Alabama.
Home and home with Alabama, home and home with Auburn. Yep. So we got 7 SEC games on the schedule, and, you know, baseball in this area, there's not an easy midweek. You got Sanford and Troy and UAB, and the list just keeps going on and on.
Yeah. Well, Coach, listen, we've got to move on and get to the top of the hour in our scheduled break, but it's always a pleasure to have you on board and great to chat with you, and I look forward to spending time at the ballpark with you.
No doubt. It'll be here sooner.
It will be.
Yes,
before we know it. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and holiday season. We'll see you soon.
Yes, you too.
You got it. Steve Beezer, head baseball coach here at Jacksonville State. When we come back, the Rich Rodriguez Show coming your way, so don't leave us now. We've got lots to talk about here on the Gamecocks Sports Network.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I Want to Live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill Bubba Bussey, one of the assistant athletic directors here at Jack State and the director of broadcasting. We always want you to come out to the games. There's nothing that can replace the sights, sounds, and interaction of being at a football game. But if you can't make it, we offer several options to bring the action to you. Many of the Jack State games are broadcast nationally on TV. The other home games we produce in-house and can be seen on ESPN Plus streaming platform, hosted by legendary broadcaster Eli Gold. If you're driving or have your hands full, we also offer radio coverage through the Gamecock Radio Network. The coverage you hear from the voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Paris. Mike has put you in the middle of some of the biggest and best moments in Jack State history for over 40 years. You can find more information at jackstatesports.com. And for now, enjoy the game and go Gamecocks!
Welcome back to the Apothecary Draft House here in Jacksonville, Alabama. It is another Monday night, and that means it's time for the Rich Rodriguez Show as we celebrate yet another victory for the JSU Gamecocks. Coach, congratulations. Well done.
Thank you, yeah. Been some tight ones the last few weeks.
They've not been easy, have they?
No, it's never easy, and there's been some tight ones. That was a pretty good team, especially defensively, and you know, it was good to get a win. There was a lot at stake. You know, everybody, I mean, all of our guys knew that. So, you know, to get that win and get a bid in a championship game is pretty neat.
And then to get some help from our friends to pick up home field advantage for the championship game.
That was good to host it. Yeah, it's rare. You know, most conference games are at a neutral site, and so I think it's kind of neat that our conference has the home the leading team host it, and so it should be hopefully a good atmosphere next Friday night.
Exactly. Do you send a thank you note to Liberty for knocking off Western?
No, I ain't thanking anybody. but they're a good team. But you know, right now it's through the other three. You know, Liberty, Sam Houston, and Western Kentucky all have a chance to be in it, and so. They're all still alive, which I think is kind of neat. And that's most conferences, I think, in college football are coming down to the last weekend to see who's in it.
Exactly. Let's talk about the team's performance. This team just never ceases to amaze. They run and run and run and run. They throw. They do everything. They kick well. Your quarterback gets named as the Conference USA Player of the Week again this week. What doesn't he do well?
Yeah, he's such a tough competitor.
Yeah.
You know that you know, Trey still ran hard, but he wasn't. They were keen on him a little bit. He was a little banged up, but Tyler's a tough guy. You know, got some needed you know, yards when we needed it. You know, our defense had made some big stops when they had to. You know, we didn't get turnovers. Yeah. It was a weird game. We only had 8 possessions, which is almost like playing one of the military schools. You know, I've done that in the past, and you
hate those games.
Yeah, and it kind of puts a lot of pressure on each possession that you got to try to score. And we had a couple other opportunities, but you know, I never really felt that we were out of it. I never really felt we were in total control. But toward the end of the game, when we had the lead and the ball, you know, in the fourth quarter, that's a good feeling for us because we feel we can run the ball.
Tyler ran for a career high 177 on 30 carries.
Yeah, that's a lot for a quarterback.
Heavy.
But you know, shoot, if we'd had 3 more times, he probably had 33 carries.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's he wasn't complaining, but we did. I thought we played better up front overall against a pretty good athletic group. They played better than they had the previous game, so that was good for our O-line.
Take a look there at the quarterback. He's a load to bring down, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's more athletic than you think. He's got just enough wiggle at the thing. He's a strong kid, and he always tries to finish the runs. You know, he's kind of like Trey the same way. You know, some guys go down when they get hit, and some guys you have to tackle.
Yeah.
And with Trey and Tyler both, you know, they kind of make you tackle them.
Tyler's 6'1", 215 pounds. How did he not... Oh, let me rephrase that. Why did he get away from Presbyterian and Furman and come to you? Was he just not happy?
No, he was. You know, he wasn't highly recruited out of high school, so he, you know, but he felt he could play college football, so he went to Presbyterian on scholarship, and the ROTC paid for it, and then. After doing that, he said, "Oh, maybe I can go up a level." So he went. You know, he found a place at Furman in 1AA on scholarship and proved himself there. And then after he did that, you know, obviously last year, you know, he got in the portal to see if there was another opportunity for his last year, which he got. You know, he bet on himself.
Yes, he did.
And we were fortunate to find him and recruit him and get him here in the summer.
And I'm guessing, and you can correct me, but I think the leadership that he learned in the ROTC as a you know, second lieutenant in the U.S. Army Reserves has also probably helped him get smart.
Well, yeah, I think he's always been smart, but I think the leader, I mean, when you go through that, and you have a certain type of self-discipline that gives a lot of respect. I mean, obviously he's got, you know, he's going to have some leadership skills, you know, from being a quarterback at other places. And, you know, it was kind of neat. He's not a big raw guy. And when he got here, you know, he didn't kind of like force himself onto everybody. He kind of like, you know, he's going to earn his way, so to speak. He was quieter in the beginning, and then as the season went along, or as training camp went along, and certainly as the season went along, you know, he became a little bit more vocal all the time. But he's been a joy to coach. I mean, you can coach him hard, just like all our guys. You can coach him hard. He's eager to learn. You know, he's comfortable now, you know, to give suggestions. And you think, golly, if I had him for a couple years, but I guess, you know, you kind of think that way. But we're glad we had him for this one, and I think he'll, you know, maybe the conference quarterback of the first team all-conference guy. Yeah,
he should get my vote. Tell me about Logan Smothers. The guy
Same way, Logan is a great. Well, I told our team every time, I said, we have two senior starting quarterbacks, you know, in Logan and in Tyler, and we trust Logan with everything we do. He's a great guy, and he understands our offense. You know, I feel 100% confident in Logan if he's in there, and I think the team does too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's got to be tough sometimes to just sit. And
sure, everybody wants to play. But it's not just the quarterback at all the other spots. And so we didn't play as many people offensively in the last game as we probably needed to. Defensively, we played about 18, 19 people. And offensively, I don't think we probably played more than 13 or 14 guys. So that we've got to play more this weekend. We're going to have to play more in a championship game.
Yet 9 different guys caught passes.
Yeah, we're getting well.
So you're spreading it around.
You know, our you know, we feel really good with our tight end.
Yes.
You know, we play 3 or 4 of those guys all the time. You know, we didn't get the big play, and some of it was how they were playing us. You know, that's a pretty good team, defensive football team.
What did they do that slowed you guys down at times?
They tackled well. They're very active up front.
Did they show you something you didn't expect?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 11 guys, so it's, I mean, it's more checkers, not chess. But it's, you know, we're always going to see different things every week, and we're going to adjust to it. But they were very, and new coming in, I thought they were the most, one of the most, them and probably Liberty, and a little bit maybe Western Kentucky, the most athletic defensive front 7 teams on our schedule. So they did a nice job. And like I said, you know, with the limited possessions, you know, it puts a little more pressure on us to score. We needed to get another score right before half. We messed up one opportunity there, but you know, shoot, I'm not complaining. We win, we're happy.
No complaints at all. I found it interesting looking at the numbers. You guys averaged 5.9 yards per carry at home this year. That's significant, man.
Yeah, I think I don't know where the average per rush is, but we're not really complicated as we've said on the show before. I mean, you know, now we'll do some different window dressing, so it looks like a different play. It's presented to the defense in a different way, but for us, our guys up front and our running backs, it's the same type of scheme. Now we have other things that we haven't done and probably going to need to do, but you know, we do, you know, we'll run the same type of run play out of maybe 7 or 8 different presentations or formations, and that's I think part of the key to our run game.
And it still has amounted to 260 rushing yards a game, which is second in Conference USA and 11th in all of America. I mean, that's big-time numbers.
Yeah, we've got to, you know, we feel confident that we can throw the ball and all that, but when you can run, when they know you're going to run it,
that's when
obviously
you're good.
You could control the clock a little bit as well, and then when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, that's when you feel good about it.
Yeah, and that's when you've been doing. You take a look at some of the other teams, rushing defense, for instance, for Western Kentucky this week. They're no better than 90th in America. So if you look strictly at numbers, that's
and
I'm not
I'm not a numbers guy, so you know, from the standpoint, the number I look for is like, did you win or did you lose? You know, how many points you had, how many points they had. You know, the possessions are important.
Yeah.
You know, the first downs are important for us to look at, but it's not like, okay, we got to get, you know, a first down, you know, so we can get 25 in the game. No, we got to get a first down so we get closer to scoring and keep them off the field. You know, the whole thing is, you know, sounds kind of weird, Eli, when you talk about keeping them off the field, you like to use tempo.
Yes.
You know, so it's kind of a same kind of thing. We want to keep them off the field, but we want to use we're better when we're playing with tempo, and so that's part of us on defense, still trying to get some 3 and outs, which we got a couple in this game, but not enough.
Let's go to the phones. We've got Shelley on the phone from Auburn. Hello, Shelley.
Hello, Mr. Eli Gold, and we want to say it's Iron Bowl week, and it's not the same without you. You got friends on both colors, and we'll miss hearing you, and it's not the same at all.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you very much.
On the same token, Coach Rod, I know, has been part of some great rivalries over the years. What's his favorite, and who is Jacksonville State's rival becoming now that we're in Conference USA?
That is a very good question. I was kind of talking to our team and some of our guys and our coaches, and we don't have like a natural rivalry yet in Conference USA. I think it's because we're new in it. I think Kennesaw will probably become that because it's the closest.
The geography,
geography of it, and they're so, you know, and it was a little bit of a rival, I guess, before Conference USA added us both in there, so I could kind of see them becoming the kind of rival for us on that. I've been a bunch, been
West Virginia
Pitt, and Michigan, Ohio State. That was a pretty good big one. Arizona State. You know, Glenville State, Fairmont State, and West Virginia. That was a huge one right there. The Fighting Falcons and Pioneers at Glenville. That was a huge thing. So they're all, you know, what's neat about rivalry games is like people say you could throw out the records and all that. That's really true. I mean, that game has been talked about so much from the players and the communities and all that. When they get to that game, the players are all like, geez, I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of people asking me about it. Let's just play the game. And so I think that's part of what makes, you know, athletics, especially college athletics, so neat as the rivalry.
People don't realize that there are these little schools in a little pocket of an area where their rivalry is as big as the Iron Bowl or West Virginia Pitt
and
or
to
whatever.
their fans and their students and the people at the institution. So I think that's kind of fun to have those. I think that's, you know, and you get a little bit of the rivalries in pro sports, but not nearly the passion that you do in college.
Yeah. Your buddy Ephraim is calling from Georgia. Let's get to him on the phone. Hey, Ephraim, good afternoon, or actually good evening.
Hey, guys, how you doing? Congratulations, Coach, on that fine win. I guess someone in Texas now say we should be 6-5. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Ephraim. That's good.
Yep. My question for you, Coach, how has playing your games in the middle of the week affected your high school recruiting?
You know, that we actually talked about that a little bit, because when you have the midweek games, you don't usually have as many high school kids visit you, you know, because it's hard for them to get there and all that. So we actually had more attendance from some high school prospects at our midweek games than we anticipated. So that was a good thing. I think the the trade-off is the games being on TV, they get a chance to see your team and your stadium and your atmosphere and all that. And so I think the trade-off has been okay. I think all the coaches in Conference USA are like me. It's like, boy, it was a great idea last year. It was a good idea this year, but boy, it can wear on you a little bit. You know, at that many games at that time is, you know, it's still, I think, a good idea. In the finances and the exposure of it's good, but you know, from an organization standpoint, from a, you know, I guess from your players and your staff and everybody in your program, it can wear on you a little bit. But we've been good at them. You know, we've been good at the midweek games, so I'm sure we'll keep having them.
And it's not affected recruiting, obviously.
I don't know as much. A little bit, I think. But
I would have thought it would have been a positive because so many folks can watch you in midweek.
That part has been I think helped us a little bit more. I was just saw on this notepad here that we've had, I guess, 9 national television games.
Yes.
So this will be the 9th.
This will be the 9th.
We'll have 2 more with the next week in the bowl game. So, you know, having 11 national TV games, that's more than most Power 5 or Power 4 schools. So, to me, that's a great thing for, you know, not just us, but for Jack State as well.
We're visiting with Rich Rodriguez, of course, head coach of the Jack State Gamecocks, getting set for this weekend's season wrap-up against Western Kentucky before heading to a postseason championship game in the conference and then a bowl game. Do you have any preference about the bowl game? I'm not going to ask you about the conference championship.
Somewhere warm.
Yeah. You don't hear about many people wanting to go north for the postseason.
Yeah, warm is good.
Yeah, Florida has some nice destinations.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I think there's a couple, I think, that were slotted in, you know, the first and second, you know, picks in Conference USA and third and fourth. And so we have a little bit of an idea, but I think it's still, there's 2 or 3 possibilities. And so, you know, we had a great experience last year. We had a great turnout, great fans from Jack State came down to New Orleans. So hopefully it'll be somewhere where, you know, a lot of fans can get to and have a great experience.
And how wonderful to be able to go again. I mean, only Marshall a few years ago was able to go in their first couple of years.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. In transition, there's growing pains, and we're still having some growing pains, and it's, you know, there's still a lot that we gotta do going forward. But, you know, I got to give, you know, our players a whole lot of credit, and our staff. You know, those guys have worked really, really hard to have this transition and have some success while doing it.
We're coming right back. Don't leave us. Got a phone call? Give us a yell. You see the number on the screen. If you're on the TV side, 256-369-1688. That's 256-369-1688. Join us as the Rich Rodriguez Show continues on the Gamecocks Sports Network.
Can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero-turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
I want to live. The leading cause of death of young Americans like me is gun violence, and oftentimes tied to substance misuse. NBA, NFL, NCAA, most of you look like me, and our communities need you now more than ever. Let's make I Want to Live more than just a hashtag. Let's make it a movement. I am a baller against bullets.
We are live on this Monday night at the Apothecary Draft House here in Jacksonville, Alabama. Eli Gold and Coach Rich Rodriguez. You know, one of the things on Saturday that we shouldn't have even gone this deep into the show without acknowledging was the fact that you honored 24 seniors prior to the ball game. That was very, very nice, and it's great to see how well they're doing.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. It was a big senior class, and I'm seeing that. You're seeing a lot of those in college football, like 25, 30 guys, and transfer portal's the reason for that, of course. But it's hard nowadays to keep your culture the way you want it, especially with so much turnover. We had 60 new players, what have you. But the senior class we did, I appreciate all of them. Particularly the ones that've been here the whole time, 3 years. But even the ones that've been here just 6 months or a year. Have done a really good job. So it was really nice. We kind of honored them our own last Thursday after practice, and then the presentation before the game. So it was nice.
There you see a good look at the seniors who were honored the other day. What I love also is that you've got 32 undergraduate degrees already earned among that roster.
Second in the country in the number of graduates playing, which tells you when you get a little bit, you got a little bit older guys, but something that also that speaks to their commitment to here and to what Jack State's all about.
How do you monitor all their classroom work?
Yeah, we have some, this year we really have some academic help this year. The best situation we've had since I've been here. The coaches and the GAs get really involved, especially our young GAs, as far as making sure to monitor, because there's a lot of guys that obviously have in classroom classes, but there's a lot of guys that have online. That's kind of the way it is, and the online classes are great for your own personal time, but if you get behind, it's tough to get off, especially during the season and you got midweek games. So we take some of our academic support with us on the games, and especially those midweek games, because you'll get behind. You're missing 2 days, basically, Wednesdays and Thursdays, what have you. So it's a little bit more of a challenge, with those midweek games. But from what I understand, our guys are doing okay, and they've got putting a lot of work in.
Fred Perry, second leading top tackler now in Conference USA. That'll win you some ball games.
Yeah, Fred's a really good player. He'd be the first leading tackler if he didn't miss some many tackles. But Fred is he loves football. I love coaching Fred because every day, he loves being out there. He's got great energy, and he's still getting better. I mean, there's so much more that he's going to be able to do, and I'm excited for him to keep growing in our program.
And of course, we've mentioned Reginald Hughes, who has continued to play well. He's had at least a half a tackle for loss in every game, and he really has contributed.
Yeah, we think him and Hale are both going to be up for some all-conference honors. They're two of the best in the league.
The late Hale, of course, the man the coach was speaking of right there. Let's discuss Tyler Huff again. We had talked about all that he has done. One of just 3 quarterbacks in the FBS that has rushed for 1,000 yards this season. He's at 1,079. When you brought him in, did you know he had the potential for this, or have these numbers even surprised you pleasantly?
1,000 yards for any quarterback is probably a little bit high. You don't kind of expect that. I mean, I've had quite a few that have done it, but they were so fast and athletic and had been in their system. You could see it coming. Tyler, we thought this guy's can do it all, and he's got great leadership ability. But how quickly is he going to learn? That was the thing. He didn't get here till the summer, and he learned it as quick as we could have hoped. His toughness and his competitiveness, we probably said earlier, we kind of showed it. It showed it some in camp, but we weren't having him be live, him and Logan being live in camp. So you really don't know until you play the games, right? So particularly in the Louisville game, when it's obviously live and he's in there and he's trying to run people over, and he is running people over from a pretty good team, that kind of said, boy, this guy's got more than something. I mean, he's a tough guy, and he makes you tackle him. And from that point on, you kind of see, well, this guy's even a better runner than we anticipate, because like I said, we weren't tackling him in August.
Yeah, and then he's able to convert those tough third down plays. You got like 23, I believe it is, per game of first down conversions. And so much is on his performance.
Well, in the last couple games, we've opened up with like some 15, 16 play drives, which is really hard because it counts. You got to rely so much on the execution on each play. You got to stay ahead of the stick, so to speak, and you can't have negative yardage plays. And so you've really got to be. It's hard to call them. So when you're getting 3 or 4 yards at a time, whatever. But Tyler has such a knack to know where the first down is, and so is Trey. I mean, those guys have done a really good job of understanding where the first down is, because we talk about it all the time. As you get a first down, not only do you get 3 more plays, you make them play 3 more plays, and that's a key thing.
And you had, what, 11 of 16 in third down conversions over the weekend.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I don't know what it was. It was better. I know it's that.
Well, that was tied for 14th most in FBS of any teams this season.
And the key to that is keeping them manageable. The third downs and 5s, 4s, 3s, a whole lot better than those 3rd and 13s. Nowadays it's hard to convert those long ones.
It's interesting, and it's how people look at things differently. I could have brought that statistic up to a lot of coaches, and they said, oh yeah, we did this and we used to do this and this and this, and you said, I didn't even know that. You don't pay attention to the stat sheet, do you?
No, not at all. I mean, I think, if we had an undisciplined game, we had penalties. I'll look to see how many penalties we have.
Yeah.
If we didn't get a lot of first downs, I'll see how many first downs did we get. Then I always look. You don't really see this, but I always look at the end, how many 3 and outs did our defense get? Because that's a key to me as far as playing into our tempo. But and the turnovers, you ain't got to look at the stat sheet. If you had those. But as I said last week, if you have 0 negative yardage plays and 0 turnovers, you win 100%.
You're going to win.
We had 0 turnovers. We did have a couple negative yardage plays, but we played a cleaner game than we had, I think, a week ago.
Only 20 penalty yards, rather, against your team last week. What do you do in practice? Do you work with officials every day? Are they out there?
No, we don't. We saw them in camp a little bit, but not much as I would like. We just yell at them when they screw up.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, and yell at them a little harder if they screw up even more. But the the one penalty we shouldn't have had. I would question one or two of the penalties last week. It was they caught a procedure penalty on our defensive guy. But either way, our guys have to. We talk about all the time, playing hard but playing disciplined. Those can go hand in hand, and sometimes we've had some games where we weren't as clean or as disciplined as we needed to be, but we had to be that in this past game, or we wouldn't have won. And we'll have to be that in this game. We'll have to be this in the championship game and the bowl game. We have to play hard and be disciplined as well.
It's just getting harder and harder every week now. I mean, it's supposed to at this time of the year.
The more you win, the more is at stake. And we've played games that are at stake. Obviously, we got the championship game that's Friday, and then the bowl game is going to be get somebody really good. And hopefully, it'll be in the next couple of weeks, and somewhere where our fans can go before Christmas. And so. Yes. That's going to be fun.
That'd be outstanding. We're coming right back. More with the coach. If you'd like to join us, 256-369-1688. Give us a yell and join the conversation on this Thanksgiving week edition of the Rich Rodriguez Show. We're back in a moment on the Gamecock Sports Network.
I need to try it first.
The Civilian Marksmanship Program, also known as CMP, is a national organization dedicated to training and educating U.S. citizens in responsible uses of firearms and air guns through gun safety training, marksmanship training, and competitions. Their vision is to lead the nation in marksmanship excellence, providing safe, high-quality, and innovative programs with a focus on youth. For more information about the CMP and upcoming events, visit thecmp.org.
Eli Gold here, ready for a winning drive? Go see my friends at Cooper Chevy Buick. Choose from hundreds of new Chevys and Buicks, including a great selection of Car Bravo certified used. Score big with low finance rates and ask about their guaranteed credit approval program. Get top dollar for your trade, no matter the yardage. Your road to victory starts today at Cooper Chevrolet Buick in Anniston or online, cooperchevrolet.com. Official sponsor of JSU Athletics.
Grub Mart and Young Oil, serving East Alabama for over 80 years. Come into one of our many locations throughout East Alabama and try our Joe Bell's coffee along with some Olio's donuts. From Center to Jacksonville to Auburn and everywhere in between, Grub Mart is here for you.
try it first.
We are back. That is the square here in downtown Jacksonville, the Apothecary Draft House. Front and center, Eli Gold and the coach, Rich Rodriguez. Let's get away from football for a second. What's your Thanksgiving with a game this week? What do you do on Thanksgiving? Do you give kids a chance to go home if they live nearby or anything?
No, they really don't. I mean, you're so busy. We'll have practice, and our practice is only an hour, but we'll have about hour meetings, and then we're going to have a Thanksgiving meal with the team together in our beautiful cafeteria. So that'll be Thursday. We'll move practice up a little bit and probably eat around 3 or 3:30 on Thursday and give them the rest of the evening off. So it'll be a fun day. I kind of used to that in college football, always playing through Thanksgiving, but being able to eat with your team and a great meal here on campus is going to be really fun.
And I've eaten there in the cafeteria before. They're going to have the great turkey and all the stuffings, all the trimmings.
Scott and his crew, they know how to do it up. Now I'm telling you, we have the best cafeteria in college sports.
Yes,
I think.
I don't think there's any question about it. We have a visitor here at the Apothecary with a question. Good evening, sir.
Hey, great to be here again tonight. Haven't missed a Monday night.
We appreciate that.
Great to see y'all.
Yes, sir.
First of all, we are so doggone proud of what we have done, the team, you. This is a big deal to us. I mean, this is a big deal. Every freaking game matters. This game matters. That conference championship in Jacksonville, Alabama matters. And people.
It really does.
People talk about these bowl games that don't matter. I'll be damned. Our bowl game matters.
Oh, sure it does.
We
We'll show
want
up
to
for that.
win.
Yeah, that's
okay?
right.
We want to win, but we're so proud of you. And Eli and I are here on campus without any students, and I was just wondering.
That your dog's name is Eli?
You know it is.
We look so much alike. That's why
how do you handle that?
That's it.
With no students and wrangling these boys in, and this is a big freaking deal, Coach.
Yeah, it is. Our guys, I think they're probably used to a lot of them. You know, they have high school playoffs in a time, or some of the guys that have been in college football understand you usually play during this week. And, you feel a little bit because, a lot of you grow up being around your family around Thanksgiving, and so we take some of their time. And a lot of coaches, take the other approach. Gosh, they don't have school, they're not with their families. Let's do some things with them, and outside of football and all that.
Even if you have a game Saturday.
Yeah, and my take has always been, if you ask the players, they say just give us the free time. And that's I always said the story when I coached my son. I said, Rhett, when I was coaching, I said, what's the two most important things from a coach you want from a player? He said, Dad, two things: don't waste our time and always tell us the truth. So we try not to waste our guys' time. We meet and get in and get out. We practice, we get in and get out. And then this week, who knows what the kind of activities they want to do. So we're going to use our normal football time away from them, move things up a little bit so they eat a little earlier. But outside of that, I want to give them their time and their space. And I think our players, most of the ones that I talk to say, yeah, Coach, just give us some extra time to sleep in or extra time to hang out with each other. And now that we got our football facility, they can go in there and play video games or what have you.
How's that work? That's been beautiful.
Yeah, it's been nice. I mean, we're still doing adding a few things here and there to it, but for whatever, almost 3 years, 2.5 years, our guys were in a temporary facility and didn't have a place to shower or whatever, and they love it in there. And they're in there, an extra time and in that players' lounge where they're playing video games, and there'll be, it's like on a Saturday, an hour after the game, Logan Smothers is in there. Everybody's gone, and Logan is in down there with his brothers playing video games or just shooting pool, hanging out a little bit. And that's what I want. As a parent, when your kid, where he's at.
Yep.
You eat. Everything's easier. You sleep better and all that. And it's the same way. If our kids are in the building or they're around the building, whatever, we don't have to worry about it because we know they're somewhere safe and clean, and we're going to keep it that way.
Sure. Sir, you had a follow-up.
I got a follow-up.
Sure.
I got to know if you and Miss Rita and Raquel have a dog or a cat or a goldfish.
Everybody, I have, I never thought, I had a couple pets growing up, but I never thought I would be as much enamored with my 2 little puppies as I am now. I got, 2 little Pomeranians, Roxy and Rambo. And Roxy, she's the queen. Everything revolves around her, and she acts like the queen. She's perfect. And Rambo is the perfect name for Rambo. He is wild, crazy.
It's short for rambunctious?
Yeah, he is rambunctious, Rambo. But, I'm telling you, I don't mind doing everybody has to be about a tough guy, whatever. I'll cry like a 7th grade schoolgirl when something happens to those 2 little puppies. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah.
So that's how much we love them, and they're a big part of our lives right now. Everything you know how it is. You don't know what are you going to do. What am I going to do with Eli when I go somewhere? You know what I mean? That's the same way with me and Raquel and Miss Rita, with Roxy and Rambo. We got to have a plan for them.
That gentleman's Eli.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm sitting right here. Thank you very much. When were you always a pet person?
No, it was about 10 years.
Growing up?
I want to say 10 years ago or so was Roxy, and then a couple years after that was Rambo, and that's just been a joy. It's like they don't know whether you're win or lose.
Sure. Unconditional love.
Yeah, unconditional love. When you come home, they're waiting at the door and to lick your fingers and for you to give them a treat, take them out to use the restroom, and get a drink of water. So, it doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's Coach Rich Rodriguez. If you're just joining us, we spend time together on Monday nights, and this is going to be, I should mention, our final Monday night get-together. Next week, it's the conference championship game, and schedules being what they are, it's not going to work to have you with us. We've got a basketball game Monday night, but this has been fun getting together and shooting the breeze.
I'm with a grizzled old veteran like Eli. You kind of been there, done that, and this is a great setting for people that haven't been here. They need to come here.
Yeah.
To Apothecary. I think it's a beautiful building. It's a great environment, and I know students are gone this week, and of course, but I appreciate the people that come every week. But our goal was let's keep growing it. Like I want our program to grow. We get this thing to grow and double and triple it this time next year, and go forward with it.
Let's look at tight ends. I like talking about the tight ends. Sean, we
They're always
know
open,
about.
right? Our tight ends always open.
Yeah. But how about Pearson, Baldwin, and Fuller and Barrett?
We
got juniors. Are they all coming back?
We play 3 tight ends, probably 15 snaps a game, and we'll play 2 tight ends at least probably 20 snaps a game. So we are right tight end heavy. And those guys are very athletic. In fact, a lot of people just use them close to the line of scrimmage next to a tackle.
Sure.
We'll split them out as much as we put them in tight. So we're blessed to have some good tight ends.
Let's go to the phones again. We've got Wayne joining us from here in Jacksonville. Hello, Wayne. Good evening.
Mr. Eli, Coach Rich Rod, how y'all this evening?
I'm good, thank you,
Wayne. Thank you, sir.
Good. My question was, Coach, I'm very proud of the progress the team has made. I feel like we're really peaking at the right time of the season. But how do you think the weather will affect us this week playing up there, and the temperature is supposed to be like low 30s? Do you think that'll have any effect on our play?
Yeah, good point. We've had beautiful weather in every game. A little bit of rain once in a while, but it's going to be the coldest game we've had, probably in the 30s. Mm-hmm. So it will be a little chilly. And I'll tell the guys about it. I won't make a big point about it, but I'll tell them, listen, we're going to give you the warm gear, and most of them have gloves anyway. It's going to be harder on us old folks, I think, old guys like me when the weather is cold. But I think we're. It's not going to be freezing, but it's going to be a little bit colder. So we'll tell the guys about it. Then, we got to make sure they stay loose and warm when we get there up Western Kentucky.
Thank you for your call, sir. We appreciate it. Hey, do you guys do a lot of things differently on defense, when you're inside, when the other team is inside the red zone?
Typically, you bring more pressure. Obviously, they have less room to throw the ball, so you can tighten up your coverage. Unless you have to tighten up your coverage a little bit.
I asked this because you're 13th best in America in red zone defense.
We've buckled down pretty well, and we're doing some things. I think we're still learning. You know, like I said, this is the first year. Our coaches are still learning what our players do well, but you know, the biggest thing for us, and we've gotten some, in order for us to win this game, in order for us to win the championship, in order for us to win the bowl game, we have to get some turnovers. We have to get the ball, whether we create them or they give it to us. You know, we have to get more possessions. We can't play each game with 8 possessions and expect to win them.
You've done very, very well, though, in turnovers this year. Only 12 were lost. Conversely, you've gained 19 turnovers, 10 fumbles, and 9 interceptions.
Yeah, you're on the plus side of that.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, offense helped with that, but and we got you know, some of the turnovers were game changers. You know, I can remember when Jimmy Latimer's at Liberty, and some of the other turnovers we got were huge factors in winning the game.
We're coming right back. Don't leave us now. If you'd like to throw a question at the coach, again, this is our final show for the season. So if you want to give him a question, now is your opportunity. 256-369-1688. We're back to the Apothecary right after this.
Whether it's family for dinner or game time, it's time for Johnson's Giant Foods Deli. All you have to do is drop by Johnson's Giant Foods and grab whatever you want, hot and ready to go. Chicken salad and chicken fingers to die for. Savory ribs, salad, dessert, you name it. It's waiting for you and your family or friends. Johnson's Giant Foods with 5 locations in Gadsden, Atala, Jacksonville, and Coldwater.
From our earliest beginnings, Taylor Real Estate Solutions has been a part of the JSU community, serving as Jack State's premier property management partner, but our service extends far beyond management. With over 30 years combined real estate expertise, we are your team for buying and selling real estate. Our knowledgeable agents will guide you through buying and selling process with confidence and ease.
Taylor Real Estate Solutions, Jacksonville's hometown real estate team.
Serving East Alabama for over 20 years, Samco is your local convenient, clean, and friendly gas station. Fill up your tank with gas, diesel, or your favorite snacks and drinks. Samco has 48 locations to serve you in Calhoun, Etowah, Marshall, Talladega, and Cleveland counties. Samco is a proud community leader in giving back to help support local schools in East Alabama. For your convenient, clean, and friendly gas station needs, it's Samco.
The Point at JSU is an off-campus student housing property located a half a mile away from Jacksonville State University. The Point offers fully furnished, pet-friendly, 2 bedrooms and 4 bedroom units. Resident experience is our #1 priority, therefore we do offer the following amenities: a resort-style pool, fitness center, basketball and volleyball court, and dog park. We would love for you to come see our property, so give us a call at 256-376-8317 to schedule a tour today.
We are back at the Apothecary here on the square in Jacksonville, Alabama. And don't forget, next Monday night, we won't be here, but a lot of folks will be. They'll be lighting the Christmas tree out in the middle of the square coming up next week. Of course, the men's basketball team is home next week against Columbia International. We'll have coverage for you on both the radio and the TV side next week. Coach Rich Rodriguez is alongside. I'm Eli Gold. Let's talk a bit about this week's opponent. We've not discussed the Hilltoppers, who come in with a record of 7 up and 4 down. Caden Veldkamp is their quarterback. Tell me about him.
Yeah, a big, tall, athletic guy that has been around their program, and actually wasn't the starter last year, but he started in the bowl game because he got hurt or whatever it was, and was the MVP of the bowl game. I remember watching him. He threw all over the place.
And he's 6'6", you're right.
Yeah, he's a big, tall guy. He's got a great arm. They got great skilled players, very good offensively, and he's had a really, really good year. I mean, a really good year. And Tyson Helton, I got a tremendous amount of respect to him. He's always had good offenses. He's had good teams. You know, they got a good environment up there. So they played. I'm not sure what the preseason rankings were. I thought maybe Liberty was picked first, and they were maybe picked second or something like that. And you know, as you said, they've had a really good year. So it's going to be senior day for them, of course.
Right.
And so it should be a good atmosphere.
They have lost to Alabama. They have lost to Boston College, Louisiana Tech, and Liberty. So it's a 2-game losing streak for them coming in.
They had Boston College beat. You know, and watching it, remember that game? They had to lead the whole game. And
they lost 21-20.
21-20 right at the end. So they had that game won. And then we know La Tech. You know, we've seen them.
Sure.
You know, we were fortunate to get away with them. And Liberty's playing really good football right now too. So it was, you know, it's going to be good. And like I said, you know, they've been one of the best teams at Conference USA for the last several years since Tyson has been there.
Yeah, Elijah Young, he's their top runner, and he's doing great. Of course, his numbers are half of what Trey's are. Elijah with
we run it more than they do. They throw it more, we run it more.
Yeah, but he can catch and run it. He has 647 rushing yards, 294 receiving yards, only 1 touchdown in that mixture there. But nevertheless, he can ground up some real estate for you.
Yeah, and they're athletic at wide receiver, and like I said, very athletic in the on the defensive front and the defensive back end too. Got a couple all conference DBs. So you know, it's a challenge, and our guys know there's, you know, as I said, when we started this journey, whatever it was, the first conference game that we had, I guess it was Kennesaw State. I told the guys, I said, we got 8 games in our league, and that's kind of the second or the last 2/3 of our schedule. And our goal is to see how can we get prove ourselves in Conference USA. And they've done that so far. We got 2 more to do. This one and then the championship game.
Yeah. Did you expect this after the 0-3 start?
No, hell, I didn't know what to expect. We were just, just said, okay, we didn't want to panic.
Yeah.
Let's not, flip everything over, but let's evaluate everything we're doing. Are we still on the track to be okay? And after my evaluation, we tweaked a few things here and there, but our process didn't change. The way we go about doing our things didn't change. We just needed to play a little bit better in certain aspects, and then we did, and so here we are.
How tough is it to just sit there and wait?
Oh, it's, I can't imagine. You're miserable anytime you lose, but when you start off like we did, and then the Eastern Michigan, which we kind of thought we had, and kind of gave that away at the end, it was really heartbreaking. But to our players' credit, they, I can remember that was the longest trip back ever.
Yeah.
And when we get back, and I said, well, we got Southern Miss, we got a game at home, and I think we had an open date after that one. So let's if we can get this one, we'll feel a little bit better, going into the conference schedule. And that was, to me, that was the turning point, the Southern Miss game, because we were at home. It was a beautiful day. We played well, won big, and then we had an open date to get ready for our conference schedule and all those midweek games, and so it worked out.
It worked out, and of course, it's been an outstanding season thus far. The Gamecocks at 8-3, which is tied with Sam Houston. Of course, they beat Sam Houston. 8-2 is the record for Liberty, who did a nice help last week with the upset win at Western Kentucky. So that's how things stand the way we are right now.
Yeah, we're no matter what happens, I guess I don't know if there's is it considered a regular season champion?
I gave you one before.
We won the regular season championship. So
you did.
That's kind of a good thing.
You've won a lot of titles over the years.
I've had a lot of good players and a lot of good coaches. So this is, it's the transition it's always hard, and everybody will know that. That's done this particularly in the FBS football.
Sure.
It's so competitive, but at the same time, it's hard in any sport. I know Coach was on there earlier, whether it's baseball or basketball. I mean, everybody's trying to win. Nobody's like going just halfway. Nobody's kind of half showing up, and there's so many other variables now that you have to have success. It's in our sport, the goalposts to move. We're trying to move with it, and it's a constant thing. It's like, who would have thought? Like, we're not the only ones that had 60 new players.
Right.
About every college team in America and every sport has so much more roster turnover now.
And it's going to happen forever.
Before. Yeah, you hope there's some kind of sanity that comes into effect, and if they're going to get paid, they need to have, in my opinion, they need to have contracts. They need to be set, like you can't be a free agent every year. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine the NFL open free agency every year for every player? It'd be chaos.
Yeah.
And that's what we have in college athletics. You have open free agency every year until we get some guardrails on it. And I'm going on a rant here, but that's the truth. I mean, I feel bad for the fans because, like on senior day, I think fans like to associate with a guy, he came here as a freshman, he did this, then he got better as a sophomore, then he's a junior, and then you see him as a senior, and always that he's done, he's developed, and they grow up with him in the community and the school. And now you lose all that because these people don't know how to set the damn rules in college athletics. I get ticked off because the people that should be helping making the rules for college athletics are the people that deal with college athletics. I'm talking about administrators, coaches, athletic directors. And you can ask players and student athletes opinions, but they shouldn't be making the damn rules. Hell, they're worried about, watching SpongeBob SquarePants on Saturday. You know what I mean? Ask the coaches, ask the ADs, ask the administrators, what do you need to do in college sports?
Should there be a commissioner of college football?
Oh, I think so. And I think it needs to be somebody other than the NCAA that has no clue on what the heck they're doing, and they're just trying to save themselves and, going to pay, $2.7 billion of back pay. And how are you going to determine who gets what and It's nuts that we have people making decisions that have no idea what's in the best interest. And it's hard to screw up college athletics. It's hard to screw up college football because it's such a great entity.
Exactly.
They're doing everything they can to do it, but they still can't screw it up. So hopefully there'll be some legislation in the next 6 to 12 months that'll get some, more, get things better the way they should be.
Yeah. Well, listen, I wish we had more time because
I'm going to give him more rant, but that's my last show, so this is
there you go.
My last rant.
It's always a pleasure. These Monday nights have been wonderful, and I look forward to getting together with you again come the postseason. Hopefully, we'll have some talk shows as we head towards
down the both
time.
side. You're going to be down the both side. We have to have. I think did we do that last year? I think we did a show down in New Orleans.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have to
do that again.
Yeah, wherever we're at, we'll do somewhere warm, right?
But listen, you got that. Amen. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving and all the best of successes the rest of the way here.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Good to see you. Coach Rich Rodriguez with us here at the Apothecary. We're back to wrap it up after this on the Gamecock Sports Network.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hello everyone, Tony Russell, General Manager of Sonny King Ford. And boy, do we have unbelievable markdown on used cars that you do not want to miss. It's time to make the best deal on a used car. Shop our wide selection of used trucks and premium pre-owned models. Don't wait another day. Come by and see me, Tony Russell, and let's make a custom deal for you. Find great savings on pre-owned used cars at Sonny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Anniston, Oxford.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eli Gold, and I want to invite you to tune in to Jack State Live, a look at the campus and athletic department at Jack State, followed by the Coach Rich Rod Show, where we will break down and preview the next football game for the Gamecocks.
Welcome back, everybody. Final few moments of this evening's show. Jack State Live and the Rich Rodriguez Show from the Apothecary here in Jacksonville, Alabama. Thank you so much for spending these Monday nights with us here. I hope you've enjoyed it. And again, we will hopefully have a show from the bowl site, wherever that might be, and we'll be there, and you'll hear all about it. We'll promote it heavily on social media and on radio and TV and the like, but we certainly hope you can make your plans to tune in and join us as we have another talk show with the coach later this season. A big thank you to the folks who have produced this show from the get-go. WEAC TV, Channel 24. They are the people who are manning the cameras and all the equipment. They handle things in the control room, and we appreciate their involvement. And, of course, all of the folks at Jack State who have been so helpful in getting this program on the air. Same folks who bring you all the action of games all across the country. Tonight, as a matter of fact, just 20 minutes ago, the women got underway, and they are playing Sewanee in a game to get started here in just a few moments. The men, of course, playing on Monday, as they'll have a meeting with Columbia International, and that is going to be coming up next week. So a big thanks to Josh here at the Apothecary. He has been wonderful to all of us, and a wonderful host, and of course our boss Bill Bubba Bussey and athletic director Greg Seitz, everybody involved in making this show happen, and we thank them so very, very much. Now, quick reminder, coming up this week, it is going to be the football team on ESPNU. ESPNU is where you can find the telecast from Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's coming up Saturday at 3 o'clock. That's the start time. It had originally been shown at a different time and on a different network. It has been changed. So 3 o'clock Central on ESPNU. Join in if you can from Bowling Green, Kentucky. That's coming up this weekend. But that's going to do it for us today and again for the season. But we will have a show from the bowl site, wherever that might be, and we certainly hope you can make your plans to join us in person at the team hotel, or if not, right here as we bring you the action of Gamecock sports. But for now, that's going to do it. I'm Eli Gold. Here comes the parade right past the front doors, so we're going to head out and say good night. We'll talk to you next time as we thank you for tuning in to Jack State Live and the Rich Rodriguez Show. Good night, everybody.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill Bubba Bussey, one of the assistant athletic directors here at Jack State and the director of broadcasting. We always want you to come out to the games. There's nothing that can replace the sights, sounds, and interaction of being at a football game. But if you can't make it, we offer several options to bring the action to you. Many of the Jack State games are broadcast nationally on TV. The other home games we produce in-house and can be seen on ESPN Plus streaming platform, hosted by legendary broadcaster Eli Gold. If you're driving or have your hands full, we also offer radio coverage through the Gamecock Radio Network. The coverage you hear from the voice of the Gamecocks, Mike Paris. Mike has put you in the middle of some of the biggest and best moments in Jack State history for over 40 years. You can find more information at jackstatesports.com. And for now, enjoy the game and go Gamecocks.
At Southern States Bank, we pride ourselves on being your bank. We're your neighbors and involved in the community. We're the bank featuring the Southern Rewards checking account, a cashback account with no ATM fees. We are on the cutting edge and always have a smiling face to help you out. So come to Southern States Bank, where we are committed to great service and being a great neighbor. Let us be the bank for you and your business.
Hello everyone, Tony Russell, General Manager of Sonny King Ford. And boy, do we have unbelievable markdown on used cars that you do not want to miss. It's time to make the best deal on a used car. Shop our wide selection of used trucks and premium pre-owned models. Don't wait another day. Come by and see me, Tony Russell, and let's make a custom deal for you. Find great savings on pre-owned used cars at Sonny King Ford on the sunny side of the street, Anniston, Oxford.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eli Gold, and I want to invite you to tune in to Jack State Live, a look at the campus and athletic department at Jack State, followed by the Coach Rich Rod Show, where we will break down and preview the next football game for the Gamecocks.